Hello guys, my name is Balkrishna Shastha and welcome to Code with BK. And this video, we solve this question to generate the following pattern using nested loops. Okay, first pattern, second pattern, third pattern. And this is a question in the list of suggested practical programs, practical Python programs for your CBSE Class 12 Computer Science. So if you are a CBSE Class 11, Class 12 Computer Science student, then this program is going to be really helpful for you. So before we begin, it is a request to please subscribe to my channel, because out of 100 viewers, only 2 to 3 are subscribed. More than 95% of my audience is not subscribed, and a subscription is very important. So please do subscribe to my channel. Also, I will be solving all these other questions in this list. So as and when they are solved and uploaded, you can find the links of those videos in the description of this video. So please make sure that you check out the description. And also all these questions, right, are solved in Hindi on my Code with BK Hindi channel. So if you are better comfortable with Hindi, you can check out my videos there on my Hindi channel. The link for the channel you can find in the description of this video. All right. Okay. Now let's begin. So we have to print this, this, and this. Okay. So let's just, okay. So this is the pattern you have to print. Okay. And the value is n equal to 5. Okay. So n equal to 5 means you have to print 5 lines, in which first line has 1 star, second line has 2 stars. This is the first line, second line. Okay. This is the output. Putting this in a square. Third line, fourth line, and fifth line. Okay. So before I explain you how do we go about into printing the patterns, let's just go back at the code. Okay. And I'm going to say one simple statement that a is equals to, say, single string a. Alright, so we don't have characters in Python. Characters in Python are basically strings with a single character inside. Okay, so I've taken a variable a that had a string that is basically simply a, and I print a. Okay, this is simply going to show us the value of a. Alright, let me take another variable b, say b, b this time. Okay, and I'm going to print b as well. Okay, so first I'm printing a, so I'll get a at the output, then I'm printing b, so I get b at the output. Okay, so a followed by b, a followed by b. And even though I'm not telling anything extra, that is, you see there is a change in line. After a, I move to the next line and then I print b. So this is happening because print, this function print by default will change a line after printing whatever you are passing inside. Okay, so if I take c and I print c. Okay, so within this code, I need to print a, which contains this character a. It is printed, and the line is changed because it is within a print function, and print function by default is going to change a line. Similarly, I have to print b, then change a line, then print c, and then change a line. So I will get an output something like this. Okay. What if I don't want to change a line? So what if I want to print these variables a, b, c one after the other without changing a line? So I can tell the print function in Python to not change the line and end with blank. This means I can tell Python that print a and end with a blank. By default, print will end with a change in line. Okay, that will move on to the next line. But this I can tell, okay, end with blank, so line will not be changed. Only whatever is inside this variable a is printed. Okay, if I put 4 a's inside, this variable a contains now 4 a's. So 4 a's, then no line is changed. So ending with blank, and then b. So 4 a's, then b, then line change, then c. So you will say 4 a's, then b, because after 4 a's, I'll tell this print function to end with a blank. This print function that is printing b, okay, is changing a line, so we get c in the next line. Okay, the point of telling you this is printing happens in Python from left to right and top to bottom. That is, when I'm printing this and b together, a and b together in the same line, a is being printed first. Okay, variable whatever is inside variable a is printed first, followed by b in the same line. So if you don't change a line, if I make this end equal to blank as well, okay, and I make this end equal to blank as well, so you see everything is in the same line. So printing happens from left to right and top to bottom when you start changing lines. Okay, so I can take 3 new variables, say d, e, and f. Okay, so instead of a, I'll say d, e, f. Okay, and they all don't have to end with a blank. Okay, so in this case, when printing is printing d, e, and f, they will all change lines. Okay, and if I just want to print a blank line without printing anything, I can simply do print. So now with this code, we print a, that is a, whatever is inside this variable a, followed by b, followed by c, all in the same line. Okay, then we print, move on to the next line, then we print d, then we print e, then we print f. Okay, so d, e and f in separate lines, c, d and f in separate lines. If I want to add a blank line, okay, I get a blank line between these two outputs. Okay, now the idea of telling this is printing to standard output. So this is what we call a standard output, this thing. Okay, the terminal / console is called a standard output. Okay, printing to standard output happens left to right. Okay, that if you are printing stuff output in the same line, it is going to be printed left to right. And the second point is lines are printed from top to bottom. And in Python, print by default changes line after printing. Okay, that whatever is there inside this print function is going to be printed, and then a line is being changed. And if you simply call this print function without passing anything inside, it just prints a blank line. Okay, why am I telling this? Because suppose now if you want to print this in my standard output, that's our idea, right? So you have to print this line first. Okay, this is the first line because printing of lines happen from top to bottom, and you have to print this character. So print this, which is first, then change a line, the second thing you have to do. Then you have to print two characters, 2 stars. This is the third thing you have to do. And the fourth thing is change the line. Then print 3 characters, which is the fifth thing you have to do. Then change the line, sixth thing you have to do. Okay, just a number of points, number of steps. Okay. Then you have to print 4 stars because printing happens from left to right. The 7th thing you have to do, and then 8th thing is change a line. Then you have to print 5 more stars. Okay, which is the 9th thing to do, and the 10th thing is change a line. Okay, so if you break down printing of this in steps, it comes out something like this. Okay, print 1 star, change a line, print 2 stars, change a line, print 3 stars, change a line, print 4 stars, change a line, print 5 stars, change a line, because printing is happening from left to right for each line, and lines are printed from top to bottom. Okay, now how do we go about coding this? Okay, so the rule of thumb is the number of lines that you have to print in the output. Okay, number of lines is the number of times the outer for loop runs. Okay, that is what I mean to say is, okay, print n lines. Okay, because we have to, for n equal to 5 you print 5 lines. I say for I in range n, okay, I will take value 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll say simply print. Okay, or just to see what we are printing, I simply print I. Okay, and I will call pattern1 test pattern 1, and you pass 5. Clear, and you see this is the output from our function 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let me just comment out all this. Okay, this was just to explain you stuff. Okay, all right, so basically this function, okay, is printing values from 0 to less than 5. Okay, so run this again. Okay, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So for 5 lines of output, I have a loop that runs 5 times. Okay, so let me just keep this change in line separately. Okay, change the line. Okay, and if you see, okay, before I change each line, I will have to print the characters of the line. Okay, in this case 1 star, 2 stars, 3 stars. That is, I can say print stars. Okay, and then change the line. Okay, now how many stars do I need to print? So for I equal to 0, I need to print 1 star. For I equal to 1, I need to print 2 stars. For I equal to 2, we need to print 3 stars. So think in terms of the fact that currently if we just print the value of I and change the line, we get this. Okay, we just have to replace all these values by the corresponding number of stars in each line. Okay, so for the line number 0, we need to print 1 star. For line number 1, we need to print 2 stars. For line number 2, we print 3 stars. For line number 3, we print 4 stars. For line number 4, we print 5 stars. Okay, so you can generalize this by saying you have to print I plus 1 number of stars in each line. Okay, for 0, 1, for 1, 2, for 2, 3, for 3, 4, and for 4, 5. Okay, so print I plus 1 stars in each line. Okay, so to print I plus 1 stars, that is a line that contains I plus 1 stars, you can either create a string of I plus 1 stars and print that string as it is, or you can loop I plus 1 times and print a star in each iteration. Okay, so if I loop I plus 1 times, I say for j in range I plus 1, this will run I plus 1 star, I plus 1 times, and in each iteration I print a star. Okay, and I end with blank because I want all these stars in the same line. If I do this, okay, then as I explained, print by default is going to print the value whatever is inside and then change the line. So this will be like printing all the stars in the same line because we just have print functions. We know where have and equal to blank. So I want to print all these stars in the same line. That is why print star end with blank. Then in the next iteration, print star again end with blank for whatever number of iterations this loop is running. Okay. All right. So instead of 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, we replaced it by I plus 1 stars. Okay. Now when I run this, I get my output. Okay. All right. So if I test for say n equal to 3, okay, I'll get a cute small 3. If I and with 9, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If I run with 15, I get 15. Okay, and this is how we print our first pattern, the standard star pattern in Python. Okay, the thing about strings was, for example, you can say line equal to this single character into how many times, into I plus 1 times. Okay, so this will create a line of one single character star I plus 1 times. Okay, and then print, okay, line. Okay, so this print is going to print the line and also change a line, and this is also changing a line. So we can use either this, okay, or that is we are printing and not changing a line and changing line here, or we simply do print a line and change a line. Okay, so I'm going to stick with end equal to this because I want to keep the changing of the line separately, and I comment this out. So when I run this, I will get the same output. So I get the same output. Okay, making this back to 5 for the first case. Okay, same. All right, but this code is not using nested loop. That is, we are not having a loop inside another loop. We just have a loop and we are creating a string and printing a string. Okay, we are just getting the right output, but this is not nested loop. So if you want to have nested loops, you have to have this. Okay, and this is your first pattern. Okay, now if you are able to understand in depth and understanding of this star pattern is clear, you can print other patterns easily because the idea remains the same, that you have to print these number of lines, which is the number of times the outer loop runs. Okay, and then each line you have to print these characters, okay, based on what line number you are in. Okay, so if I do this same thing again, okay, print n lines, okay, and I'll say print I. Okay, I don't need this pass. Okay, so calling pattern 2 now. Okay, let me just comment this out for now. Okay, pattern 2 and a pass 5. Okay, so I get values 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So clear 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so in this pattern, for 0 you have to print this, for 1 you have to print this, for 2 you have to print this, for 3 you have to print this. Okay, so instead of having 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, I can have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, the number of times, number of values that I'm getting, number of lines that I'm printing as 5 in this case also. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 are 5, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 are 5. Okay, but when I print 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, it is more relatable because I can print from 1 to 5 for the first line, 1 to 4 for the second line, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3 for the third line, and so on. Okay, so to print values 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, that is from n to 1, we start from n, go till greater than this value, which is 0, because we have to include 1, and then in steps of -1. So n, then n minus 1, then n minus 2, then n minus 3, then n minus 4, until the value is not equal to this, which is 0. Okay, so now when I run this, I guess 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, which is what I want. Okay, so I'm getting 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So I'll say change the line. Okay, and then I'll say print. In this case, you have to print 1 to I. Okay, for I equal to 5, you have to print 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For I equal to 4, you have to print 1, 2, 3, 4. For I equal to 3, you have to print 1, 2, 3. For I equal to 2, you have to print 1, 2. For I equal to 1, you have to print 1. And in all the cases, all these digits have to be in the same line, and then you have to change the line. So I'm keeping the change of flag separately. This print will not change any line. Okay, print integers 1 to I in the same line. Okay, so integers 1 to I will be for j in range 1 to I plus 1 because you have to include I. Okay, let's say print j and not change a line. Okay, because changing a line is happening separately. Okay, so now when I clear and run this, okay, 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 1 2 2, okay, we get the right output the way we want. Okay, if I change the value of n equal to say 8, okay, and this is the code that we are running, right? So clear and 1 1 to 8 1 to 7 1 to 6 1 to 5 1 to 4. Okay, when you make this 10, we have, okay, it won't be triangle anymore because 10 will be 2 digits, it will occupy one more character. Okay, so clear and run. Okay, so you see this occupies one more character. Okay, so suppose if I make some very large value, say 100. Okay, clear. Okay, and I pull this up. Okay, and I, okay, so you see it is running the other side. Okay, because these are single digits. Okay, and this includes digits like double digits. Okay, till 100 here. Okay, all right, so your second pattern is done as well. Okay, I think you guys can take a guess on how to do the third pattern. You just have to convert the loop numbers that are being printed. Okay, loop numbers that we print into a b a b c a b c d a b c d e. So in this case we have 5 lines of output, so number of lines are determined by, okay, so printing n lines for each. Okay, so printing n lines, so print I. Okay, and this is pattern 3. Okay, test pattern 2, we comment this out. Okay, test pattern 3. Okay, and it's in pattern 3 and we pass 5. Okay, currently we have this code, so this code will run here. Okay, so right, so 0 1 2 3 4. Okay, from I equal to 1 to less than 5. Okay, all right, now for 0 you have to print a, for 1 you have to print ab, for 2 you have to print abc, for 3 you have to print abc, for 4 you have to print abcd. So you can think of printing from, if you consider this value I in ith line, you have to start printing from a to a plus I. So for I equal to 0, a plus I is number of characters after a, which is a itself, a plus 0, right? For I equal to 1, you start printing from a to a plus I, if it is a plus 1 b, so ab. For I equal to 2, you start printing from a to a plus I, which is a plus 2, so 2 characters after a, so a, b, c, and so on for line 3 and line 4. Okay, so now we make use of ASCII values. So ASCII values are basically integer constants that are associated with characters in programming. Okay, it is the same for Python, C, C++, Java. Okay, so for A, the ASCII value is uppercase A, the ASCII value is 65. Okay, so for B, ASCII value is 66, for C 67, for D 68, and so on. Okay, so there are ways you can convert integer, you can find the corresponding ASCII value of A. Okay, we use odd of A. Okay, so uncomment this, make this uppercase. Okay, I can uncomment this as well. I can say formatted output f ASCII value of A is, to find the ASCII value we use the odd function and we pass the variable that contains the character of which we need to find the ASCII value. So when we run this, okay, ASCII value of A65, this output is from this function. Okay, ASCII value of A65, so if I make this B, it will be 66. Okay, similarly if I make this C, it will be 67. Okay, so I know the ASCII values A, B, C. So if I have integer 65, 66, 67, I can convert them back to their corresponding characters. So if I have a value, say I equal to say 67, 65, 66, this is C, right? So you can say ASCII value I is character, and you can pass, you can do CHR of I. Okay, so when I run this, ASCII value 67 is character C. So I can find the character from the corresponding ASCII value. So that is what you have to do here. Okay, you start from A, you go from A to A plus I. All right, so what we can do is print from A to A plus I. Okay, and we keep this printing in a separate line, and so change the line. Okay, so you can say uh, for j in range, okay, you have to till I, so you can say 0 to I. Okay, and you can print, you have to print a plus I. You can find character as chr of a plus I, so you can find the ASCII of a as ASCII of uppercase A is going to be ord of A. Okay, character is going to be A plus I, so ASCII of A plus I. Okay, and this is the character you have to print with end equal to blank. Okay, so this is finding the ASCII value of A, which you can hard code as 65, but I'm making this more representable. Okay, then you find the character you have to print, which is ith character, A plus ith character. Okay, sorry, A plus J, sorry, we have to go from 0 to I, so J takes values from 0 to less than I. Okay, so ASCII A plus J, and then print this character. Change, do not change a line because we're changing a line here. And when we print this, okay, we get A B C D E. Oh, we have to do till I, right? So I plus 1, A to A plus I including I. So okay, A B C D E, we can comment these two lines now. Okay, here A B, A B C, A B C D, A B C D E. If I make this say 10, okay, so A, I guess J is the 10th character, so it ends with J. Yeah, ends with J. Okay, and that is how you get the final pattern. Okay, there are many more patterns which I will be discussing in a different video. So if that video is uploaded and live, you can find the link of that video in the description of this video. That will be containing a lot many patterns in a different variety, right? But this was the question that contains the basic patterns that you should know, and if you are able to understand and solve these patterns, okay, you should be able to solve any other pattern as well. Okay, so this was the solution to this question, and I hope this was helpful. So if there's any doubt, this is the part you don't understand, please let me know in the comments. I always try to answer all the comments, and you can also let me know in the comments if there's a question you want to solve or if there's a concept you want to discuss. And again, I've solved all these questions in Hindi as well on my Code with BK Hindi channel. So if you're better comfortable with Hindi, please do check out my Code with BK Hindi channel. And also, I would love to know more reviews that you people have about my Code with BK Hindi channel. Would love to know your reviews, right? So please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and thank you for watching.